Now, welcome to Cstv News 24 on Cstv. For more news updates, you can follow us on all social media handles at CSTV-GH. Cstv News is brought to you by Yab Decorations, Sarah's Dreams Jewelries, Treats by Manel, KS Rafi Mix Company Limited, Rema Ocean Agency, Celeste Tom Brown, and Amsel Block Machinery and Block Manufacturing. Now, in the headlines, NADMO supports Labuani Senior High School after fire incident, also coming away 1 dead, 3 in critical condition after Churchill ran over traders in Kumasi. On the international front also, 14 killed as Israel Army targets Hamas military site. There's many more stories will coming your way as well as weather reports. My name is Dr. Mensa Stati. Now, welcome back. You're still live on CSTV News 24 on CSTV for our news for today. The National Disaster Management Organization has donated relief items to Labuani Senior High School following a fire that destroyed 3 girls' dormitory. The donation made in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council aims to provide support to the displaced students and also to help in rebuilding the damaged dormitories. The items include 300 mattresses, 350 plastic buckets, 350 plastic plates and cups, 20 packets of roofing sheets, 2 boxes of roofing nails, 350 mosquito nets, and 350 blankets. The Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovations, Ibrahim Mutala Muhammad, has revealed plans to set up a committee to audit mining permits issued by the former Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. According to him, 55 permits were made during the transition period.
We are addressing the press because our preliminary investigation proved that between December 7, 2024 to January 7, 55 permits were issued. 55. Yes, after elections, 55 permits and licenses were issued. Both EPA and also the Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. Many Professor Professor Brown Kultiakasa, the CEO of EPA, she has never signed a single, permit. Apart from that, a lot of permits were issued.
Still speaking in an interview, the minister added that the current government is going to review all permits made before the elections.
The circumstances. And I assume all permits, we are going to review every single permit or license for the purposes of mining. We are going to review all of them. We are going to review all of them because we have preliminary information also that some of the permits were issued in a fictitious circumstances because there were processes. The processes you should follow for permits or licenses to be issued. We have reasons to believe that some of the licenses and permits didn't follow that, and also the circumstances under which some of these licenses and permits were issued. So we will address the media today, and we will review every single permit, because that is one way of trying to solve this galamsey problem. Meanwhile, the security agencies, say they announce it.
Yeah.
The last distance we did, announce it, but we were able to provide evidence of excavators seized and people arrested. We are going to intensify that. We are also deploying scientific and technological means of monitoring some of these forests.
Now moving on to other stories, the government through the National Health Insurance Authority has affirmed its commitment to sustaining the newly introduced free dialysis program under the National Health Insurance Scheme benefit packaging. The initiative is to help provide continuous support for renal patients covered by the NHIS. NHIS Deputy Chief Executive of Operations, Dr. Senenu Kwesi, assured beneficiaries of this commitment. He also reaffirmed the government's commitment to strengthening partnership between the NHIA and teaching hospitals to enhance the free primary health care agenda. The minority leader in Parliament, Alexander Afenyo-Markins, has accused the National Democratic Congress government of not fulfilling its promises to Ghanaians. Speaking on the floor of Parliament, he stated
that his is worse, because he's saying that his government has kept all promises. Even appointing ministers, you gave a promise last week. The 4 that are remaining, you are refusing to. You can't. Which promise have you kept? Which promise have you kept? You said 30% of women. Have you called? You come here and then you say you kept your promise. Which promise have you kept? Then you say improper behavior. Yours is worse. Women in banking, only 51 million. Agriculture, the farmers, the poor farmers in the north, the poor farmers in the south. What promises didn't you give? Today, you only allocate a paltry sum for the agro sector. The 924 million, a chunk of it goes into compensation. What is the Minister of Agri going to do? A redundant minister? What about your big push? Nothing. And you say you kept your promises. You've not kept your promises. You've not kept your promises. This government is even becoming a lame duck. This government is even becoming a lame duck. If elections are held today, you lose. If elections are held today, you become the minority. If elections are held today, you will be the minority. Your majority will go down to less than 100. If you like, declare election. Let the president declare election, and we'll see.
Former Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Sarah Adwasafo, has cleared the air on the reason why she did not resign after a prolonged absence from duty, according to her, a senior member of the New Patriotic Party advised her not to resign.
The state wasn't suffering because in Penyufua, it was a mema womote asemna sin, womote ase. And I had one particular penny pa wo ye party mu who advised me against resignation. O se ma me resign. So ne be wo mu bia no menyina mu. Na ne be kwa akosi awieye no. Na me mfa ne saa. Because as obi ede ne re ahye wo mu se be ye adwuma. Na nsem bebre akoso o se opewei ene ye mfa ma no o se sei obi abo ne tiri mu anu wo ka bibi. The moment we be resign no reasons ebebe chide no nso kran so ye bebre. Inti I spoke to Penyin pa and I know say o tia onim ne ho. Okache me say Ajua, please, I beg you, don't resign.
Was that the president?
There been patron.
Okay.
Na obesha because na omuti ni ekoso ase and I was writing, I was communicating to them. Usha Ejuma no ye de to ho Mami Cecilia Dapa for 1 year.
Yes.
There be o tina if I had any down bone pa na me ya, why would impanyfo no engage me for that long? Because when him say yare enye nipa pese yare beto uba wo kwen
na enye
buapayo. That is why edu mre bi no omo say wo de mo bi nkwohwe na adwoa. You had informed
the appointing authority.
Why?
No amount.
Yes, and near question periodically. Then mama update. Now near who he and there send my banner. Me baby Brianna, Ghana for a do baby crown, me ba me Tiana, or I Ghana where Betty Adjust is going against Lamity Ghana. Me say, so who is paying people to do this damage?
And now moving on to the Ashanti region, one trader has been confirmed dead and 3 others are critically injured after a commercial vehicle ran over them at the Dr. Mensah market in Kumasi. According to eyewitness, the minibus driver lost control of the steering and rammed into the women who were plying their wares along pavement in the area. The injured are currently receiving treatment at the Menchia Government Hospital. Meanwhile, the police have arrested the driver for further investigations. On the sad note, we go for a commercial break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're still live on Cstv News 24 on Cstv. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at Cstv GH. Now, in business stories, the Institute of Economic Affairs welcomed the decision by the Minister for Finance, Dr. Castle Atoforsen, to abolish certain nuisance taxes in accordance with the government's promise. In its comment on the 2025 budget and the economic policy, the IE, however, noted that contrary to its suggestion for the betting tax to be maintained at a reduced rate of 5% instead of 10% for both revenue and deterrence reasons, the minister decided to abolish it completely, while the IEA proposed that the growth and sustainability tax, which was introduced in 2001, should be abolished, but the minister decided to maintain it, while increasing the rate from 1% to 3% for extractive companies. So in business stories, a former Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, Michael Otribafi, has raised concerns over what he describes as a deliberate attempt by the NDC government to create a false impression regarding the collection of venue-added tax on third-party motor insurance.
I was not satisfied at all. I have to be very sincere with you that I was not satisfied at all, because I wanted the minister to clarify the issue so well for us to understand, because he created the impression to the Ghanaian public that there was a VAT component on the third-party motor insurance, which in actual fact was also. As a matter of fact, the reality is that the law was passed, however, it was not implemented. As far as there was no implementation, you cannot come to the House of Parliament, the floor of Parliament, to create the impression that the law was existent and it has been implemented. That is what I sought him to clarify, but he was not able to do justice to it, and that's the problem we have. We want to put it on record that in Ghana, as we stand or sit here in Ghana, there is no VAT on third-party motor insurance. And that's the fact. This is a house of record. It can be checked anywhere. There is no VAT on third-party motor insurance. So the minister has no right to deceive the public like that. And that's the clarity we wanted from the minister, but he was not able to make it clear to us.
The Volta regional member on the Council of State, Gabriel Tanko Kwamega, has tweeted Ghana as an investment hub for foreigners. According to him, there is a pool of resources that presents numerous opportunities for investment. He made the assertions when he received A delegation from the USA to its office, led by the mayor of North Miami, Florida, who also doubles as the vice president of all mayors in the United States. The discussions aimed at fostering economic collaboration and strengthening cultural ties between Ghana and Africans in the diaspora to explore investment opportunities, economic growth, and strategic partnerships that would drive sustainable development. Now moving on to the international front, another 14 people, including a pregnant woman, her child, and a young man were among the latest casualties of any Israeli airstrikes on Gaza. It comes as Israel resumed its campaign, putting an end to a fragile ceasefire with Hamas. The military said in a statement that the Israel Defense Forces targeted the site in northern Gaza overnight as it was where preparations were being made to fire projectiles as Israeli territory. The Israeli Navy also struck several vessels in the coastal area of Gaza as they were intended to be used for terrorist activities. The Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court has released a rare statement in response to President Donald Trump call to impeach a judge who rooted against his administration over migrant deportations. The statement comes as Trump escalates attacks on the federal judges who have halted or ruled against many of his early actions as president. We're going for a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Yamawakwaba Ediba Ansel Company Limited. So whoop blocks machines ya eya papa. Nane bonso assign edda formo dia. Enye na enwani Ansel Company Limited. Yewa conveyor blocks machines, hydraulic blocks machines, pallets, any blocks machines in one accessories in yina. And nothing so blocks machines are who draw opening in a bin so ewo ho. Jisha ye chakwan eneya. Yewa Spinters Road 18 Junction. Yani KFC Dino ena edin she nimu. Freye ewo 05240 and I say 0540725850. Ansel blocks machines in papa pa efie.
Welcome back from the break. Now let's move on to entertainment stories. Since the nominees of the 2025 Telecel Ghana Music Awards were announced, some music lovers have raised concerns about why King Palute's hit song Makuma did not get a nomination in the awards. King Paluta has issued a petition to the board of TGMA requesting explanations why the song is missing in this year's award. Actress and socialite Rosemont Brown, popularly known as Equiapin Polo, has taken to social media to announce the arrival of a newborn baby. The post was accompanied by a heartfelt caption where the actress expressed gratitude to God for another milestone. Meanwhile, the arrival of a new bundle of joy has sparked congratulations from colleagues in both Ghana and Nigeria entertainment industries as well as fans worldwide. Weather report is up next. Stay tuned. Dead 3 in critical conditions after Churchill ran over traders in Kumasi. On the international front, 14 killed as Israel army targets harms military site. And this is where we draw our curtains for today's news bulletin on CSTV. You can follow us on all social media handles at CSTVGH for more news updates. CSTV News 24 was brought to you by Yab Decorations, Sarah's Dreams Jewelries, Treats by Manel KF Rafemix Company Limited, Rema Oshery Agency, Celeste Tom Brown, and Amsel Block Machinery and Block Manufacturing. My name is Dorcas Mensah.